The San Francisco 49ers have just made a move that's sending shockwaves throughout the entire NFL. It's the kind of move that other teams will be watching closely, maybe even a little enviously, because it sets a new standard in how to handle rookie contracts, especially for second-round picks who have been holding out for more guaranteed money. This isn't just a simple signing, it's a statement. The 49ers stepped up, broke the silence, and led the charge by finally getting their second-round pick, Alfred Collins, under contract. After weeks of uncertainty, that left nearly every other team scrambling to find a solution. To understand how significant this is, you have to look at what's been happening across the league. For a couple of months now, the NFL has been stuck in a sort of rookie contract deadlock, particularly involving second-round selections. Almost all of these players have yet to sign their deals, which has created a domino effect, with training camps already underway or just about to start. Teams have been forced to deal with the possibility that their top young talents might miss valuable practice time, disrupting their preparation for the season ahead. The 49ers, however, refused to let that happen with Collins. They took the initiative and closed a deal that not only gets Collins on the field, but also sends a message to the rest of the league about how these negotiations should be handled. The deal itself is impressive, a 4-year contract worth a little over $10 million, with an eye-catching figure of around $9 million guaranteed. That's a huge jump compared to what other teams have been willing to offer second-round picks, some of whom have been stuck in limbo for weeks. This move guarantees Collins nearly 90% of his contract, which is a clear sign the 49ers were determined to make sure their defensive tackle wouldn't be one of the holdouts. It's a strong signal that they value him and want him to be ready to contribute right from the start. It also puts pressure on other teams to match or come close to this level of commitment if they want to avoid falling behind or losing their own players to miss camp time. What makes this so important isn't just the money or the contract length, but the context in which it happened. Collins is a critical piece of the 49ers defensive puzzle. Last season, the team's run defense was a major weakness, ranking near the bottom of the league according to advanced metrics. Fixing that issue was a top priority in the offseason. To do so, the 49ers brought back defensive coordinator Robert Saleh and loaded up on players known for their ability to stop the run. Alfred Collins, along with others like C.J. West and some fresh draft picks, are expected to form the new core of a revamped defensive front. Having Collins in camp and ready to go is vital for getting that defense back on track. There was some concern initially when Collins didn't show up for rookie camp and was among the last second-round picks to come to terms with a contract. That absence raised questions about whether the 49ers might have to wait longer to integrate him into the system, but once the deal was finalized, it became clear that the team's patience and willingness to meet Collins' demands paid off. The 49ers avoided what has become a real headache for many other NFL teams, missing crucial reps with top young players during the preseason. This situation has been unfolding across the NFL, with 30 out of 32 second-round picks still unsigned until the 49ers took the lead. Players in this group have been pushing for more guaranteed money, which isn't easy for teams who are wary of committing to much financial risk on players who haven't proven themselves yet. The rookie wage scale typically sets expectations, but the negotiations have revealed some cracks in the system, with players and agents pushing back harder than usual. The result is a stalemate that could have derailed the start of the season for many teams if nobody had stepped up to set a benchmark. The 49ers' decision to close this deal early could very well be the spark that starts a wave of signings around the league. Other teams will look at the numbers Collins got, especially the high guaranteed portion, and realize they'll need to offer similar terms if they want their own rookies to show up on time and ready to compete. It's not just about fairness or generosity, it's about ensuring the team's competitive edge by having all key players fully integrated and prepared from day one of training camp. Time is too short to waste with holdouts, and the 49ers recognize that clearly. On top of that, the 49ers' strategy with Curtis Rohr, their 7th-round quarterback, also shows how smart roster management is playing a role this offseason. By placing Rohr on the non-football injury list, they've given themselves the flexibility to carry 3 quarterbacks while allowing Rohr to take a redshirt year. This move is strategic because it preserves a roster spot and gives the young quarterback time to develop without rushing him into game action. For a team aiming to compete at the highest level, managing the quarterback room like this while locking down key defensive players like Collins is a big part of the formula for success. The defensive overhaul doesn't stop with Collins. The 49ers drafted players like Michael Williams and C.J. West, who also come with strong run defense grades from their college careers. These additions, combined with the presence of star defensive end Nick Bosa, set the foundation for a unit that could dominate opponents on the ground. The 49ers defense was historically known for its ferocity and speed, and the off-season moves suggest they're committed to returning to that identity. Signing Collins promptly ensures that he's part of that plan right away, rather than being sidelined by contract disputes. There's also a bigger picture here regarding how NFL teams handle rookie contracts and the ongoing negotiations between players, agents, and front offices. This new trend around second-round picks fighting for better guarantees is reshaping the business side of the league. The 49ers' bold approach signals to other organizations that waiting it out or sticking to old contract templates may no longer be viable strategies. When a team like San Francisco steps forward and sets a new standard, it shifts the market, making it harder for others to hold out or delay negotiations without risking their own season preparations. What makes this all the more exciting is that training camp is just around the corner. Teams need their full rosters, especially their rookies, to show up ready to work, learn the playbook, and build chemistry. Having players like Alfred Collins in the fold early means the 49ers can maximize their practice time and hit the ground running once the regular season kicks off. It's a competitive advantage that might seem subtle, but in a league where every snap counts, these details matter immensely. So, while many teams have been stuck in limbo, the 49ers move stands out not just as a contract signing, but as a signal of seriousness and commitment. They're telling the league, we value our rookies, we want them here now, helping us win games, not holding out for months. It's a proactive stance that sets a tone and pressures others to follow suit. This might be the start of a wave of signings that clears up the second-round holdouts and brings stability to training camps everywhere. For fans of the 49ers, this is great news. It means Alfred Collins will be in pads, practicing alongside his teammates, learning the system, and preparing to be a force on the defensive line. It also reflects a front office that's willing to step up and do what's necessary to keep the team competitive in a league where every small advantage counts. Getting these contract situations sorted early can pay huge dividends during the grind of a long NFL season. Ultimately, this move is about more than just one player's contract. It's about how the 49ers are positioning themselves as trendsetters, not just on the field but in the boardroom. The ripple effects of this signing are already being felt, and as the other second-round picks start to sign their deals, we'll see how many teams decide to match San Francisco's approach. The NFL is watching closely, and the 49ers have just made it clear they're not afraid to lead. Building on the momentum created by signing Alfred Collins, the San Francisco 49ers are poised to redefine not only their defensive identity, but also how teams across the league approach rookie negotiations and roster construction. The ripple effects of this move will likely extend far beyond just one contract or one player, marking a shift in NFL front office strategy that emphasizes decisiveness, investment in young talent, and a recognition of the evolving dynamics between players and teams. The defensive overhaul that the 49ers have been methodically constructing is one of the most significant stories heading into the new NFL season. After finishing near the bottom of the league in run defense last year, it was clear to everyone that something had to change. The return of defensive coordinator Robert Saleh was a signal that the organization was committed to revitalizing that side of the ball. Saleh's defensive schemes rely heavily on having strong, disciplined run defenders who can clog lanes, shed blockers, and create opportunities for the edge rushers and linebackers to make plays. The draft choices the 49ers made in recent months, including Alfred Collins, Michael Williams, and C.J. West, reflect a clear priority to address that specific weakness. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The NFL offseason is rarely quiet, but a storm may be brewing in the Bay Area. According to whispers emerging from inside the San Francisco 49ers organization, star defensive end Nick Bosa has allegedly expressed a strong stance. He no longer wants to share a locker room or a sideline with running back Christian McCaffrey. While the team has yet to make any official statement, The alleged comments have reportedly caused shockwaves throughout the organization and fanbase alike. Bosa, the 2020 Defensive Player of the Year and cornerstone of the Niners' ferocious defense, has always kept a relatively low profile off the field, but if reports are to be believed, his frustrations have reached a breaking point. The exact reasons behind the supposed rift remain unclear, but sources close to the situation suggest that tensions may have been simmering beneath the surface for some time. One insider hinted that the conflict may stem from disagreements over locker room dynamics, leadership roles, or internal decisions regarding game strategy. Others point to a possible clash of personalities, or perhaps even frustration over the growing spotlight McCaffrey has received since arriving in San Francisco. While McCaffrey has been instrumental in revitalizing the 49ers offense, some believe his presence has shifted the team's identity, something that may not sit well with Bosa's more defense-focused perspective. If these rumors are true, the implications could be significant. The 49ers are one of the most talent-rich rosters in the league, built around stars like Bosa and McCaffrey. A fracture between two of their biggest names could challenge team chemistry, influence locker room morale, and even force management into making difficult decisions ahead of the 2025 season. For now, the story remains in the realm of speculation, but where there's smoke, there's often fire. The coming weeks may reveal whether this is just off-season noise or the beginning of a deeper issue within one of the NFL's elite franchises. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.